and welcome to MyCodeTips. Okay, in today's video we'll discuss what is macros and preprocessors. Usually or oftenly you can heard about these two terms while you are programming in any C, C++, or even you can heard about macros in Excel or VB programming, also Visual Basic Programming. Macros, you have heard about this term. Then what is the preprocessor? These two terms are you can say that regularly you can heard about this preprocessor or macros. Okay, let me clarify that preprocessor and macros are two different things. Macros is nothing but a word that is defined by hash define. Okay, if I say that this one is called macros, okay, because we are defining something, this one, to execute this statement, or we are defining something constant that is whose value is 3.14. This one is the macros. Then what is the preprocessor? Preprocessor is this one. Means you are telling compiler that please execute this line before you execute your program in this one. Why? Because executing this line or output of this files will be the input of this file. Clear? Means if you are executing this one or this one, suppose this one the header file, sorry, this one is the different class, this one, if I this one, so why we are executing this one? So means your class view controller, or the class of name of the class is view control. Okay, your class view control and its attributes and in variables or methods is somehow dependable on UIKit or this class and this header files. Why these header files? Because you have executed some line of codes, or sorry, not executed, so you have some assigned some parameters, declare some interface values. This is a header file. Obviously it's a interface file, means you are only declaring, not defining only, declaring the method name or variable names, etc. Okay, so here I am declared two properties, so including this header file on this class file. That means that these two variables are using in this class. Okay, if I comment this one, then will definitely throw an error. See, because interface not found, they cannot find interface declaration view control. Did you find view control? No, because interface is declared here. That's why I said your class is dependent on some other classes or other third party or static libraries, whatever. So how you are including? So you are telling your processor that before processing your like classes or methods or programs, please include these files or execute this file or compile this file. These files output will be the input to this file. So this one is the preprocessor. Preprocessor simple definition is the include a file, or you can say that in computer science you can say that a processor is a program that processes its input data to produce output. As I said, means this including this file means process the data to input data to give some output, which is the input to this class. That is the main requirement of the preprocessor, whether you define its third party library, whatever. A preprocessor is a program that processes its input data to produce output that is used as input to another program. This is the basic. Look at this. Okay. In computer science, a preprocessor is a program that its input data to produce output that is used to input another program. Means its output is the input to this class. Okay. Means this whole you can say this one. Okay. Means this file's output will be the input to this file. Then what is the macro? Macro is a small you can say that a word is a short abbreviation, you can set short abbreviation to execute something. It is a macro. Macro means small, not micro, it's macro. MACRO, macros. Okay. Macro means small. That is a term which tells system that I am defining somewhere in the header file or some top of the class that or somewhere I define already that use this keyword. Whenever you use this keyword will be executed this one. So actually this one is the macro. This is the name of the macro and this is the statement. Okay, clear? Look at this. Hash define means substitute a preprocessor or macro. As I said, to use the macro we are regularly use hash define. Hash include insert the particular header from the another file. Undefinition undefines a preprocessor macros. If def returns true if this macro is defined, and if returns true if this macro is not defined. If test that compile time friends condition is true. These are all the preprocessors or macros. Macro is a segment of code which is replaced by value of macros. Look at this. These are the predefined macros. If I execute this one, already the system executed system, not it's a customized, it's a system. These are the predefined. If I run this one, what will show? Its file name, date, time, line number, and standard C compiler, if there is any. stdc, standard C compiler, if there is any, line number. Okay, look at this. This is the file number. Okay, this is the date, current date, time, line number 70, and what is this? If I execute last one, is the standard C library, if we are using. Yes, Objective-C is using standard C library. Okay, so these are the small two stuffs we regularly used, but never defines, never knows how, why it's used. These are small stuffs, but it's useful stuff. Okay, this is the value of pi. Whenever I use this word pi, then it will print 3.14. Okay, one more thing, notice that printf, it works on C output, this while programming your C languages. This also works because it uses C compiler. See, look at this. The difference between the format, just a second. Okay, look at the last line, print the 3.14, 00 because I is used as a float. Okay, look at the printing format. C printf format prints only the required information that I supplied, and while log prints the date, time with timestamp, and file name, project name, all details. Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so this is the small video regarding macros and preprocessor. Preprocessor means before processing your application, include those files, and macros is the a customized name which defines your equations or name or whatever you define something, and it macro starts with has define. This one is the macros, this one is the macro. Okay, hope you got it. See you in next video. Thank you.